Hello, my name is Nathan Taylor, otherwise known as Sockmatician, and this is a video tutorial to accompany the Sockmatician's Double Knitted Brioche ebook. This particular video shows how to work the two-colour alternating invisible cast-on worked flat. The invisible cast-on is sometimes called the tubular cast-on or the Italian cast-on, but it's the same in all cases. This is how it's done. Tie your two strands of yarn together with a slip knot, leaving just enough of a tail on both for weaving in later on. Decide which yarn you want to use for the knit stitches on the side you're working on, and let's call that yarn A. Your other yarn will be referred to as yarn B. Place a slip knot on one needle and hold it in your right hand. You'll probably want to tuck the two short tails out of the way in the fingers of your right hand. Grasp the two yarns together with the lower three fingers of your left hand, 1, 2 and 3. I can hold those under nice good tension there. Insert the left thumb and forefinger between the two strands of yarn and spread them apart. This puts them in the correct position for working it. You need to ensure that you have yarn A going over your left finger and yarn B going over your left thumb. So I've got yarn A is my brown yarn and yarn B is my blue yarn. Again, good tension here because I'm holding them with the lower three fingers of my left hand. From this point onwards, the left hand doesn't move at all, and all of the movements that follow are made with the tip of the needle that's in the right hand. It's important to keep the two yarns under a fair bit of tension, so make sure you're going to grip them securely with the lower three fingers of your left hand and the needle is pulling back away from them. Step 5 is just to rotate the left hand a little bit so you've got your thumb to the left and your finger to the right. This doesn't have to be classic slingshot because casting on this particular type of cast on only uses this strand here leading to the thumb and this strand leading to the finger. Here are the 4 steps of the repeat to cast on one pair of stitches. Step 6, take the tip of the needle down to the left of the thumb yarn and bring it up between the two yarns. Step 7, take the needle down to the right of the finger yarn, going that way, and up to the left of the thumb yarn. That's already cast on one brown stitch. Step 8 is repeat step 7, so take the needle back down to the right of the finger yarn, under both and up to the left of the thumb yarn. Step 9, take the needle down between the two yarns and bring it up to the right of the finger yarn. Can you see now there's my slip knot, but I've also got one brown strand and one blue strand. I like to give everything a nice little wiggle backwards and forwards there to keep everything nice and snug and secure, because this will tend to be a loose cast on. You may want to in fact use a smaller needle size than the one that you're going to be working with. And then we're back in position where we can start everything again. Thumb yarn here, finger yarn here. Repeat steps 6 to 9. Step 6, take the tip of the needle down to the left of the thumb yarn and up between the two yarns. Step 7, take it down to the right of the finger yarn and up to the left of the thumb yarn. Repeat that, down to the right of the finger yarn and up to the left of the thumb yarn. And then finish it by taking the needle down between the two yarns and bringing it up to the right of the finger yarn. Nice little wiggle again, keep everything nice and snug, and you can see that I've cast on 2 pairs of stitches now and the double stitch of my slip knot. So down to the left of the thumb, up between the two, down to the right of the finger, up to the left of the thumb, down to the right of the finger, up to the left of the thumb, down between the two and up to the right of the finger. One more time, down to the left of the thumb and up between the two, down to the right of the finger and up to the left of the thumb, down to the right of the finger and up to the left of the thumb, down between the two and up to the right of the finger. You can look at that another way and think of it as picking up the thumb strand from the left, swirling around both, and then scooping up the finger strand that way. Picking up the thumb strand, swirl around both, pick up the finger strand. Pick up the thumb strand, swirl around both, pick up the finger strand. Each of those is casting on one full pair of stitches, each one of those sets of movements there. But let's break it down again. Down to the left of the thumb strand and up between the two, down to the right of the finger strand and up to the left of the thumb strand, down to the right of the finger strand and up to the left of the thumb strand, down between the two and up to the right of the finger. Snug it all up. Now I've made a bit of a pig's ear of this because I'm trying to do this on camera, but that's where we're heading with it. We've got nice alternating AB, AB, AB all the way across the needle, and all the little loops and knots are underneath the needle like so. So repeat steps 6 to 9 as many times as desired or as directed by your pattern. Each repeat of step 6 to 9 will cast on a complete pair of stitches. Now they're not really stitches yet because of course they're just loops around the needle. One last time then, down to the left of the thumb strand, up between the two, down to the right of the finger strand and up to the left of the thumb strand, down to the right of the finger strand and up to the left of the thumb strand, down between the two and up to the right of the finger strand. Give that a wiggle there, and then in order to finish this off, I'm going to twist or rotate my wrist so that my thumb goes away from me over the top, my finger comes towards me, and then I can grab that finger yarn with the fingers of my right hand, locking in that last thumb strand there before turning the work over, keeping hold of that finger strand, you see it there, so that my needle is now pointing to the right, and then I can hold onto my yarns ready for starting to work across the other side. This is my knit coloured yarn, it matches the colour of the first stitch on the needle. This is my pearl coloured yarn, it matches the colour of the second stitch on my needle, and I've got all of these stitches lined up here with the little twists underneath the needle, and I can work into them to my heart's content. The only thing to be aware of is once you get to the end, having worked all the way along this row here, these last two stitches, they are the stitches of your slip knot. They're not actually cast on stitches. So what I do is I keep working until I get to this point, work the last pair according to the slip stitch edge technique, and then I can just slide these two off the needle and let them dangle there. I don't untie them, I just let them go until a couple of rows later. They may come undone on their own. It's useful to keep them there until everything's locked in place with a couple of rows of knitting on top of it. And that is the two colour alternating invisible cast on worked flat.